Road again with pandemic concerns subsiding. Travelers took to the skies and the roads for the extended holiday weekend. NewsNation's Marky Martin is live tonight from Dallas Love Field. Marky, still busy out there?
Well, Marnie, here at Dallas Love Field, traffic is really ebbing and flowing today. But over the holiday weekend, tens of millions of Americans took to the skies and to the roads. And by the way, this 4th of July is being considered the biggest holiday since the start of the pandemic. And despite all of the travel woes that most certainly still exist, so many could not wait to get out of town.
Got here a little early, so we got to beat the rush on the luggage check-in, but now obviously, we got to stand in this long line, but it's worth it.
This Independence Day going down as one of the busiest.
There's a lot of people everywhere.
Air travel soaring above pre-pandemic levels, with TSA screening nearly 2.2 million travelers on Friday alone. That number exceeding the checkpoint volume for the same day in 2019.
Because everybody wants to get out now. Guys got that itch,
The return of travel coinciding with a surge in delays and cancellations as the industry recovers from COVID.
My flight was 3.5 hours delayed. He was supposed to fly out yesterday and his flight got canceled. So unsure if it was weather related or shortages on flights.
By Friday afternoon, Dallas-Fort Worth had more cancellations and delays than anywhere else in the world. Passengers nationwide just waiting for something to go wrong.
I think when people are traveling, they're always a little bit on edge.
And despite the highest gas prices so far this year, about 44 million Americans hit the road.
We are just here for the night, and then we are headed to Panama City tomorrow.
AAA predicting Monday's national average of $3.13 a gallon will continue to climb through August, a price many will pay, even if the red and white come with some travel blues.
People had that pent-up demand to get out there and do something again, and the travel numbers this holiday weekend is showing that.
And for many airline passengers who were hoping to fly with a celebratory holiday drink, a lot of people probably noticed several airlines have still suspended their alcohol sales in flight. It's a move that several airlines such as Southwest, United, and American have all made following a slew of reports of unruly passengers just this year alone. And tonight, Southwest Airlines telling me there is no timetable for when they might bring that service back. Marnie.
And masks stay on. Marky in Dallas for us tonight. Marky, thank you. I'd like to bring in Clint Henderson. He is the senior news editor for The Points Guy to talk about holiday travel. So as we just heard there, record setting since the pandemic began. Any lessons learned from this holiday weekend travel-wise, error in the roads?
So travel is back in a big way, as Marky was just reporting. We've seen the airlines, hotels, and car rental companies, in fact, not always be able to keep up with it. So some of the things that I think the airlines will take to heart is that they weren't anticipating quite the return of leisure travelers that have happened. We've seen over the 4th of July week, we've actually seen numbers surpass 2019 pre-pandemic and some of the busiest travel days of the year. And I think when spring break travel really took off back in March, the airlines got really excited. They added a lot of flights. Unfortunately, all those furloughed pilots and flight attendants and other staff, frontline workers, haven't all come back to work yet, haven't been able to be trained and been able to come back to work. So there was a little bit of a disconnect between the demand and what's actually available to be worked. And so you're seeing that with some cancellations and some troubles, and we've seen that this week.
What is your advice for anybody who's seen everybody traveling and they're starting to get the itch themselves? Words to the wise as they get ready to book.
So pack your patience. I think that's the most important thing that you can do right now. Realize that the staffing levels at hotels, car rental companies, airlines are not quite up to where they need to meet this kind of demand. So people have to be patient. You have to respect other people, and remember that masks are still required in most public spaces when you're traveling. So be respectful of your fellow passengers. But the other big lesson I think we've learned is you need to have a backup plan. So when you start seeing a lot of these cancellations, you should know what other airlines, what other companies you could potentially go to for backup when it's really busy like this, when things start to go wrong.
Are there any deals to be had right now, Clint?
So domestic deals are gone. In fact, you're going to pay more than you were pre-pandemic for places like Alaska and Hawaii. But if you are adventurous, Europe right now is a great deal. They're just opening to Americans. The airlines are just starting to ramp up flights again. There's deals to be had. People want American tourists to come back. You know, it's not like the olden days when Americans weren't always treated that well overseas. So if you are adventurous, it's really good time to plan those trips to Europe. Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Greece, they're all open to Americans again. And there is a ton of deals out there. Use those points you've been hoarding for the past couple of years. It's really time to get out there, and deals can still be had if you're traveling to Europe.
And how about, in addition to those points, any canceled flights or travel headaches from the past year? Has that been difficult to redeem and use now that things are starting to get back to normal?
So it has, and that's why you've seen long hold times at a lot of airlines and hotels. People are trying to finally use those certificates or vouchers that they got during the pandemic. So you're seeing hold times of 4 to 8 hours. Some of the tricks and tips to get around that are, try to reach out to them on social media, be patient. Do stay on hold because it is worth it. If you're at the airport and your flight gets canceled, try going to the lounge. That's a place where you can sometimes get service pretty quickly. But, pack your patience comes in handy here too. There is a lot of people trying to redeem those vouchers. So that's why you're seeing these incredible hold times at airlines. And those certificates will start to expire. So know the expiration dates as well.
All right. Well, deals to be had heading to Europe. I'm going to look online tonight. Clint Henderson, thank you so much. Safe travels
Anytime.
to you.
Yeah. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.